Darby Allin brought a flamethrower to AEW Dynamite. It's fair to say he was heating things up. But now we're going to look at the quarter by quarter hours. We're going to see who was hot and we're going to see who was cold. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for your Dynamite quarter hour rating breakdown. And with that said, let's get straight into it. Let's dive into quarter one. Beginning of the show, 8 o'clock to 8:15. Roderick Strong and Trent Barretta versus Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay. Kicked off with 794,000 views. And I want to know what has happened to the Big Bang Theory, because it feels like for probably at least 2 months now, AEW Dynamite has failed to kick off with their usual mid 900,000 quarter one. I can't remember the last time I actually looked at the quarters and seen AEW start with more than 800,000 or above. Now, they got close to it this week, but I'm beginning to wonder what has happened with the Big Bang Theory. Are people losing interest in it? Are they showing later seasons that sucked or something? Or what's the deal?
I think I know. Young Sheldon, the Big Bang Theory spin-off, final season, just ended, and that's been going on for 2 months. So maybe people don't care about Big Bang Theory because the new show.
What you're saying?
But I don't know what day that's it.
So what you're saying is this would be the equivalent of like Breaking Bad coming on before Dynamite, and then over the last 2 months it's been switched to Better Call Saul.
Yes, but I don't know where Young Sheldon is on the air. What I'm saying is people might not just care about Big Bang Theory when they can watch the new thing.
Oh wait, so you're saying Young Sheldon doesn't come on before Dynamite?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's been on the past 2 months, and that's the sequel.
So now that Young Sheldon's on, people are really losing interest in watching old episodes of Big Bang Theory.
Aye, I don't know that for sure, but that's just my logic. That's my method.
Well, look, something must be happening because AEW Dynamite, they're not getting the lead in that they used to be getting. Obviously, I think they're still benefiting because they're always starting off with their highest quarters, always quarter one.
Although what I would say is, I checked the Young Sheldon ratings out, and they've done 9.5 million the past couple of episodes. AEW wish they could do 9.5 million.
Aye, well, trust me, AEW ain't doing. I always thought Big Bang Theory was a lot of shite, overrated garbage.
No, it is, but
I'd rather watch Dynamite.
You can't argue with the ratings.
I'd rather watch Dynamite.
No, so would that. So would that.
Well,
Dynamite was alright.
Alright. So yeah, we kick off with that tag team match. Then we go into quarter two, 8:15 to 8:30 p.m. The continuation of the tag team match. We get the post match with Undisputed Kingdom. We get the Young Bucks backstage with Sanjay Dutt. Jay White live promo. The angle with Pac, Gun Club, Lucha Brothers. This went down 1% in the viewership to 786,000. But it went up in the key demo. It went up 5%, 329,000 viewers in the demo. There was a lot of Young Buck backstage shit. I mean, this one, Sanjay Dutt says that Satnam Singh is going to break Bryan Danielson like a pencil. Then he snaps his pencil. The Bucks were backstage all night handing out flyers about Darby Allin not letting him in the arena. This man is dangerous, and they're putting over this whole, we want to create a safe working environment, but it just feels like they're taking shots at CM. It feels lame.
It does feel fair.
I mean, it's one thing doing it once, a one-off, but I mean, that seems to be their whole gimmick now. Their gimmick is literally just firing shots every week at CM Punk.
Yeah, the crowd were chanting CM Punk quite a lot on this show.
You'd think that they would want to try and get further away from that and not acknowledge that and try and...
like, what are they doing?
You know,
it's not a good look when CM Punk's getting chanted for every week.
And once again, we've mentioned CM Punk in another video, but he is not paying us. I wish he was, but he is not.
No, he's not paying us.
Even if he wanted to send us some of those donuts for Chicago. Chicago. I mean, because trust me, I'll never step foot inside that shit place called Chicago. So if he wants to send us some Chicago buns or whatever, or donuts in the mail, feel free to do that. But I won't be travelling there. Anyway, quarter three, 8:30 to 8:45 p.m. It was Shibata versus Brian Keith versus Hook. We had Chris Jericho on commentary, then Chris Jericho doing a post-match interview, and then we got a Will Nightingale, Mercedes Moné video, and this lost 10%. This had the biggest loss of the night.
It also lost in the 18 to 49, so Jericho!
Yeah, down 10% in the viewership to 706,000, and down 7% in the key demo to 307,000, so the demo god here not exactly delivering
No, not delivering whatsoever. I mean, he was surrounded by shite, so I'll give him that. But yeah.
But he didn't have the biggest loss in the demo, only the biggest loss in the viewership, so Jericho can cling on to that.
You can cling on to that.
From ratings god to ratings fraud. Anyway, let's move into quarter 4, 8:45 to 9 p.m. We got Take a Shitter video, then Matt Sydal versus Take a Shitter, then a post-match with John Moxley where he cracks Take a Shitter with a microphone, and then Swerve Strickland versus Nick Wayne. And this got an almighty increase of 1% from 706,000 viewers to 710,000 viewers. So we found 4,000 viewers in this quarter. Not great considering you had John Moxley in here and the AEW World Champ.
Yeah, you did, and I mean, what's their excuse? And you're almost beginning the second hour, or the first hour, whatever you want to call it. What's the correct terminology? Is this the first hour, or is this the start of the second hour?
Well, it's the end of the first hour because it's 8:45 to 9 p.m.
Aye, that's what we'll go with then.
Well, what do you mean that's what we'll go? That's fact.
That's facts. Well, I'll tell you what the facts are.
Let's move into the second hour though. Quarter 5, 9 o'clock to 9:15. Swerve Strickland versus Nick Wayne continues. Then we get the post match with the patriarchy. This would have been the car park shit, and it lost 2%. So down 2%, and we finally see the show dip into the 600,000 territory. I think what I've noticed with Dynamite is they've been dipping into 600,000 after quarter 2. So at least they got to the second hour here before dipping into the 600 mark.
Yeah, it's a positive to take for them, but again, I thought this might have drew a wee bit more, considering what actually happened. But it didn't last that long, the good part, though, that's what I would say.
True, but people probably didn't think they were going to get a car park brawl. They just thought they were getting Swerve Strickland versus Nick Wayne.
Yeah, going to win clean.
I mean, I wouldn't tune in for that.
Nick Wayne's 18, who cares? They keep pointing that out. He's 18.
18, 28, 30. Just get off my TV screen, please. Moving on to quarter 6, Malachi Black versus Kyle O'Reilly. Post-match, we had Adam Copeland. This lost 1%, 6-8-8-8. This was the bloodbath. So, yeah, not great there. Quarter 7, 9:30 to 9:45 p.m. Lowest quarter of the show. Mariah May and Toni Storm versus Harley Cameron and Saraya. This lost 8% in the viewership, down to 631,000. And in the key demo, it lost a whopping 13%, down to 287,000. So, nothing new here. You put the women on and they just lose the ratings.
Yeah, and you know what? At least Tony Khan's come out and admitted that before in the past. And AEW, I know we always bury them and say, well, they do portray the women in a worse light than what WWE do, but again, is it just the fact that...
Within reason, though.
But as you touched on earlier in the Raw feds, like, AEW on this show, like, they've just got way more men that are bigger draws than women. You looked at Raw, I think Becky Lynch is the biggest draw on Raw, if they don't have Punk on it. Obviously, because he is the man, paid by us, ads. CM Punk paying that dough, baby. But here, I think Becky Lynch is. Becky Lynch is a bigger draw than Damian Priest. Bigger draw than Jey Uso. Bigger draw than Gunther. It is what it is. I look at this and it's like, none of these women...
Are her nipples more sacred than Gunther's, though?
We'll have to ask Seth Rollins. We probably prefer Gunther's.
Oh, Gunther's nipples. Right, anyway, let's move on here. So, down 13%. Tony Khan... You know what, at least Tony Khan doesn't... Could you imagine how bad AEW would be, though, if he did do like a 50-50 split the way WWE does with male and female talent?
Oh, it'd be bad.
Could you imagine half of this show being women?
Damn.
Anyway, quarter 8, 9:45 to 10 p.m. We got the continuation of May and Storm versus Cameron and Saraya. We got post-match with Serena Deeb. We got a Bullet Club Gold backstage promo. Then we got Bryan Danielson versus Satnam Singh. Post-match with Sonjay Dutt, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and the Bucks. This did 10% increase, so massive increase here. It's always the same. Every time Bryan Danielson's involved, you do get an increase. So 10% in viewership up to 693,000, and a 14% increase in the key demo, up from 287 to 328. And then in the overrun, 10 o'clock to 10:05, we got the Elite, Bryan Danielson and Darby Allin arriving, thanks to an assist for Tony Khan in the truck. This went up another 1%. The show finished with 702,000. The flamethrower arrived. Things were heating up. And yeah, so there you go. A 1% increase, 702,000. And AEW goes up after dropping off in the second hour. They finished pretty strong, I guess. Close to the overall viewership for the week. So No surprise, Bryan Danielson, he's always involved really in the highest rated quarter. I'm personally not a big fan, but people seem to like him, so I'm not going to take that away from him.
Yeah, but it's not all him, this. I mean, it's the end of the show, and there's a lot going on besides the guy. I mean, I'm not denying the guy's not a draw for AEW, he is. But let's not pretend
Well, I tell you what, see if you take Bryan Danielson out here, and this was Eddie Kingston versus Satnam Singh.
Oh, what a guy to replace him with, Jesus Christ.
Well, hold on, he was in the fucking match for him. Oh, who would you want? Would you rather me put in Dax Harwood? Cash Wheeler? Wheeling and dealing, son of a gun.
He got dealt a shit hand being teamed with those three, didn't he?
He fucking did. Anyway, at least he's got Darby Allin to help him. Darby Allin and a flamethrower. I would just get rid of the FTR. It should be a 4-on-2 match. But Darby Allin gets to have a flamethrower.
Fucking get Sting back out of retirement and that guy Darby.
It's showtime!
It's showtime.
Woo! Anyway, guys, that's it. There's your AEW Dynamite quarter hour breakdown ratings. Till next time, peace.